Hey everybody, Steven here, and for today's video I'm going to show you one technique you can use to get down to the ground safely while using your hands. Now on MoveNet we try to get everybody eventually to the point where they can get down to the ground and up off the ground without using their hands. It's a good indicator for us about how flexible the person is, how much stability they have, and then how much mobility they have. A lot of times when somebody can't do that, it's a quick show to us, all right, knees are tight, lower back's tight, whatever it may be, we can pick up on that pretty quick just on how they try to progress down to the ground. Now, we take somebody that can't do that. I have older clients that are in their 70s and unfortunately they went from not really moving at all to now they want to regain some strength and all of that. I'm going to have to progress with them. Maybe at some point we get to getting up and down off the ground without using their hands. Sometimes there's limitations. They've had knee replacement or something like that, or back surgery. Something might be limiting them being able to get down to the ground without using their hands. I still want to give them options where they can get down safely though, and this is going to be one of those. Now for this, I'm going to kind of compound some other movements that we do into this, but you'll recognize a lot of the positions, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to square it with my feet so they're about shoulder width apart. And I'm going to hinge my hips back just like I would with a kettlebell swing or a deadlift, right? So I'm pushing my hips back, 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 and I'm basically folding over, okay? From here, I'm going to reach down my fingertips just like this. And if I can get my hands flat, good. If I can't, that's where the fingertips are going to come into play. But I'm going to walk them out until my hands are flat. So we'll go here, maybe we're fingertips, and then eventually we're going to hands like this. And now I'm essentially in a hand-foot crawl position, or a lot of people will know this as a bear crawl position, right? So now I'm here. From this position, whichever side, I'm going to do the side closest to the camera here, but I'm going to pick that foot out and I'm going to turn it so that it's somewhat 90 degrees for my body, right? Once I'm here, all I have to do is then slide this back leg so that the foot or the ankle here kind of connects to the heel. So I go from here, I just slide that in, and then I just safely come down. Once I'm here, I'm just in a seated position on the ground, and from there I can move to other positions. I can go to, for instance, a shin box, right? All I'm going to do is reverse all of that though if I want to come out of this position. So I would just come back here. From there, show you somewhat of a slightly different angle. I'm going to rotate so that my hands are like this now. Right? So both hands are flat and I'm turning away from my body here, creating that 90-degree kind of angle to this leg that I put out. Once I'm there, I can actually raise up like this, and then I can bring this knee back. Now I'm set up just like I was. I want to make sure that my toe on this back leg is on the floor, so I'm not keeping that leg flat, because we're going to load up on that so that when I push up like this, I can actually bring this other foot back here, and now I'm back in that hand-foot crawl position or that bear crawl position. And then from there, I'm actually just going to push my butt back, walking my hands up until I get into this hinge. Now I'm in a deadlift position, right? And then I stand up safely, all right? Put a couple more points with that, and the big one here is making sure that I have intra-abdominal pressure for a lot of the different positions so that I'm more stable, right? This is my anchor. I want to make sure that my belly, which is a huge cylinder, right? I want to make sure all of this is filled with air. So when I go to walk my hands out, I fill my belly with air by breathing through my nose. Deep breath, holding all that pressure here, not in my chest. And now as I fold, and I can actually come forward like this, I have a better base to move through this movement, okay? Now I'm here. So I held that through that whole movement. Initially, it's going to be a lot slower for a lot of people, and that's okay. You're going to have to take it stage by stage. It won't look as smooth as I'm doing it here initially either. You got to work at this. This is still going to take practice. And I'll actually have my clients that need this, we'll do this as a skill. I'll have them come in and out of it on each side for reps. 2 on one side, 2 on the other, right? That way when they go home, I know that they're stable and strong enough to get down to the ground. Or, unfortunately, I really just hope they don't fall, but if they were to fall, that they could actually perhaps still get themselves up out of that position, granted they're not injured, okay? So Here, I'm gonna take that deep breath again. I've rotated to the side here. I'm gonna grab, bring this leg back, load this back foot. Now I can pop up, bring the foot here, and walk my body back here. I always wanna be here. I don't wanna be rounded, right? Chest is up, back is neutral from here, and then I can just bring my hips forward. And now I've come out of that position. Like I said, it takes a lot of work. It still takes practice, especially with people that haven't been moving a whole bunch and now they're wanting to gain their health and their fitness back. It's just gonna take time, right? One of my clients, we had to work on this for a whole year, and now I feel more comfortable with him doing it, or we can do it for reps and all that, but it was tinkering with it over time. If you start with somebody and they're really struggling with all of this, or perhaps you're watching this video and you are struggling with this, just know that you're neurologically retraining your body how to do something new, so you have to give it that time to adjust. You're just gonna mess up along the way, right? Really making sure that you are in secure positions, right? If you're at home, make sure somebody's maybe close by. If you're scared that you might get in a position where you can't get out, so that they can assist you, right? If you're training somebody, right, you're there to help assist them in this position, give them those points. Because unfortunately, I know it from more of a proprioceptive standpoint, meaning I know where my limbs are in space when I get into this. But if somebody's not used to it and they go to get down, they're gonna get confused. Where does the foot go? Where does the other foot go? In the timing of all of that. That's where it really just takes practice. If you are at home and you feel secure enough to try this and to work on this, film yourself doing it, look through it, compare this video with what you're doing, and it'll help a little bit so you can pick out those little nuanced parts of the movement where maybe you're struggling a little bit or you forgot what you were supposed to do. So, super important. I think this is one of those essential skills that everybody needs. I've done another video that I'll link to this one where the importance of getting up off the ground without using your arms, which I think everybody should aim and strive for. Unfortunately, not everybody will be able to do that based off certain circumstances, right? For this one, if you have, for instance, lower back issues, shoulder issues, knee issues, take that into consideration. Maybe work on other movements first. For instance, if I have lower back pain, strengthen my legs, work on the flexibility and mobility and stability with the lower back, work on deadlifts, those other things before you lead into this, right? That way, you're not putting yourself in a compromised position. Same thing goes for your shoulders or your knees. Everybody should be able to bend 90 degrees with this, even with if you've had a complete knee replacement. You should be able to get, the aim with physical therapy after that is to get your knee flexion into 120 degrees, right? Bringing that back 120 degrees. This at most will probably go to 120 degrees with this position. So you should be okay on that also. But still, ask your physical therapist, your doctor, your chiropractor, whoever, will this be okay? And if you have a trainer, right, that can actually assist you in this, even better. Because last thing I want is anybody to get hurt because they're trying to do something where they're going to need other things prior to this, right? Addressing other issues with their shoulder, their back, their knees, whatever that may be. Ankle, for instance. So, but super important. Hopefully this helps anybody that is wanting more information. If you want to look at a natural movement, look into MoveNat, Ido Portal's method, parkour, right? All of these are great modalities. There's other ones out there too. Those are just 3 that I wanted to throw out towards you guys that can help with regaining your movement. Don't just do the strength side of things. Make sure that your movement patterns are up to par as well so that you can function in your day-to-day life without pain, without trouble, without problems, without worry that you might not be able to get up off the ground. That you can't take a fall, right? That you can't do certain things that are just inherent to us as human beings. So, if you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to subscribe and continue to follow along with all my videos, hit the subscribe button for me, and thank you so much for watching.